like to clarify that I'm single by choice. I could easily get anyone I wanted. No, I love it. I actually prefer being single. I feel like a reborn virgin.
To those who are unfamiliar with the term, the wall refers to the point in a woman's life when her physical beauty peaks and declines. Today, I'd want to discuss what happens to women once they reach this point. To start, the mental and physical ground beneath a woman's feet begins to alter as she enters her early 30s, and most women are not prepared for the wall. Many women in their early 30s have had consistent experience drawing men's attention for more than 2 decades. Women have told me stories of being pursued by dirty 50-year-old men when they were in their mid-20s, and of being begged by high school boys to put out for a woman of their age when they turned 25. These men range in age from the early 20s to the 60s and come from a wide variety of socio-economic backgrounds. When a woman is in her 20s, guys of various ages from all over the world will be vying for her attention. A change in look begins to take place between the ages of 30 and 35, and teenagers, 20-something, and even males their own age begin to depart as a consequence of their attention being redirected to younger women. Even though 35-year-old women may wonder why 35-year-old men aren't interested in dating and marrying them, the reality is that a 35-year-old man with a job, money, and a car can easily attract younger, more attractive women in their 20s. If a man takes the typical course of a year or two to get to know a woman before proposing marriage, the woman he marries at age 35 will be 38 when the couple finally ties the knot, well past the age at which she is likely to have difficulty conceiving. A woman in her early 30s should start dating males in their late 30s, 40s, and even 50s. Due to having settled down with families and spouses, many of the younger guys in the market have long ago been replaced by these older men. These guys, if they are divorced, may already have children from a previous marriage and be interested in remarrying. Some of the women in their mid-30s who are my friends seem unable to accept this. They insist that only men above the age of 40 have any interest in them and find it repulsive that these otherwise rational women spent their 20s bouncing from one affair to the other. As things stand, they have no idea what happened. They never expected to be in this predicament. And this is not how things were supposed to be. It's astonishing to many women that men choose partners, rather than the other way around. Many also find it hard to believe that men get all the picks and women get all the burns. Men are aware of the amount of misery that women in their 30s face, and they don't care how they can have a kid, despite the fact that they want a child so badly. The situation is much worse for pregnant women who have baby rabies. I once knew a man who fathered 3 children in 3 years with 3 different women, all of whom claimed to be on the pill in his eyes, but in reality, they weren't. This will lead many men to act as if they are taking the pill when they are not. He lives with the woman who gave birth to his 3rd kid and is now supporting 2 of his children. Although I assume that most of the women in my social circle would establish families if their peers did so, I've since learned that many of the women in my 30s and 40s friend group are now firmly opposed to having children of any kind, even if they were in committed relationships before. A large portion of the women, as well as large groups 10 to 15 people, socialize together and choose not to start a family because they are all 35 years old. Most women are still going out and clubbing like they did when they were in their 20s. Women who did have children were shunned from this particular social circle. It disgusts me that women go to cougar clubs in hopes of attracting young men often between the ages of 25 and 35, as the vast majority of these young men are only looking for casual hookups and many women's self-esteem is damaged as a result. While many women encounter the second wall in their early to mid-40s, right before they enter middle age, some women don't want to stop the party early because they need the attention of young, attractive men. Many women begin gaining weight and experiencing menopause at this time, rendering them unattractive to even 20-year-old males interested merely in physical flings. While Asian and Black women age more slowly than white women in general, many of them rapidly age when they begin to lose their attractiveness. It seems to me that an Asian woman's appearance changes from that of a 29 or 32-year-old to that of a 40-year-old around the time she turns 40. But I could be wrong about this because I am a white man and therefore may not be able to perceive this so-called wall that may have appeared 10 years earlier. When resources were few in the past, females matured faster than males because of this fact. Women have historically had the upper hand when it comes to reproducing their own species, but they also tend to go to seed and wither sooner than men do. Men who are intelligent, hard-working, and financially responsible age beautifully because women are naturally drawn to their perceived security in these qualities. It is highly important to understand that at the end of the day these women will be left traumatized no matter how hard they try their luck with plastic surgery or other satanic techniques to appear youthful and close to mid-20s. I know it's hard for men to make out the difference between real and fake beauty because of how advanced the technology is in today's world, but believe me, with the passage of time you will get a hold of this game and soon start to ace it. Lastly, my advice to the woman out there: accept the truth and preserve your chastity. Your character is an important factor to measure your value. Try keeping your legs closed if you are in your 20s and find a guide to settle down with. Clubbing and partying is all fun and games until you realize that all that glitters is not gold. On that note, we come to the end of today's video. Meet you tomorrow. Till then, keep taking your daily dose of red pill and share this video with your homies who need to know the truth about women's beauty.
What do you think it's going to look like for you now in the dating market as a single woman with 3 children?
Try to fuck.
And you've left a man that committed to you. You had three of your children. You've left him. You're now on the dating market with 3 children. What do you think it's going to look like for you on the dating market?
The desert.
It's the desert.
It's the desert.
What do you think is better out here?
The desert. There's bare liars and desert.
But that's where I think that is crazy, because I think, I understand. I've been in a long-term relationship. I've come out of it. It didn't work. And you do look at the time. And I think that was the biggest frustration. The time, the effort, the years, just everything. But then it's, do you then stay with somebody and just settle down and just be that person? And
yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So that's why then 70% of people cheat.
No, duty's more important than happiness. It's not about you. Like, once you have a family, it's not about you anymore.
Yep.
You come second to the family.
And I can respect that.
I can, to an extent.
Yeah, to an extent. But ultimately, we are all individuals with our own purpose in life.
One at a time. One at a time.
To say
You're going to have to buy that dog and die alone.
If your children aren't